All right, well, here we are. We're back, and we're doing a little remote podcasting. So we took a little hiatus because Mike thought he had COVID.
I did.
Oh, you did have COVID?
Oh, no, I didn't, but I
You thought you had COVID. Okay. Yeah. And the week before that, there was just too much going on. And then now we're reporting live because Mike is ready to go to Bravocon. He's taking the city by storm.
Yep, I am a New York girly for the weekend. I'm in my friend Teresa's lovely Upper East Side apartment while she's at a wedding. So I'm staying at her place for instead of having a hotel, which was great because
the timing on that's perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect. And she's so cute. She left me like a little note and like places to go. So I am an Upper East Side girly for the weekend.
Chic. Are you going to eat lunch on the steps of the Met?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'll probably be at the center for literally 48 hours and then on the train.
What? Oh, where the thing is, actually.
Yeah. And then on the train home Sunday at 1.
Well, let's just dive on in. Like, who are you looking forward to seeing? Like, let's talk about it. Tell the people a little bit about Bravocon first and foremost, and then let's dive in.
So yeah, it's exactly what it sounds. It's like every Bravo celebrity, Bravo product, Bravo company is all in New York for 3 days. There's a bunch of like panels. Like I'm most excited to go to the Summer House one on Saturday, and then the New Jersey Housewives one on Saturday. And originally it was supposed to be all of them all together, and Melissa and Teresa seeing each other for the first time since like they filmed the finale where she didn't go to the wedding. And it's now because there's so much drama still happening post filming that they've split up into 2 parts. And it's like the first part of the Jersey panel is Margaret, Jackie, Melissa, and then the husbands. And then part 2 is Dolores, Jennifer, Teresa, and their husbands or significant others. So like Frank and Dolores. So I'm prioritizing that one over the first one. But if I have nothing booked during the first panel, I'll try to go to that too. But it's like a bunch of meet and greets. I'm excited.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That'll be really fascinating to see how that plays out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hoping we get like a trailer or something good. We're supposedly getting there's like that big announcement. Do you remember when we were talking about it over the summer that like there's a big something that's going to shake up Bravo? So like remember we thought it was going to be Andy retiring or at least giving up Watch What Happens Live. So that's coming. We're supposedly getting the Rahoney reboot cast, the new Rahoney cast. So a lot of good like new stuff and like some like cool pop-up things. Bubbly has like a winter house bar. Lay's is doing like custom chips. So some cool stuff. I'm excited. I've never been to like a big con like this. Like I've never done like they do like drag con or like I like Marvel. I've never gone like a Comic Con or anything like that. So like this is like I tend to like get overwhelmed in big things like this. So I'm going in open-minded, but I do feel like I could be a one and done here.
I would be extraordinarily overwhelmed. I don't know how you're managing. I would be like, my head would be just spinning right now. So props to you for that not being the case because I would be all over the place. But make sure you get us like some swag. Like there's always so much free swag at these Bad Larrys.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I hope I leave with like a goodie bag of some sort.
Yes, if there's anything that says mention it all, I want it because that's always that's my favorite quote.
Yeah, that is your favorite. Yeah, I will keep you top of mind, Abby.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. So that's anything else new with you before we talk about some topics?
No, let's dive right into it.
Okay, let's dive right in. I have nothing going on, so I have nothing to share really. Just that I'm directing the spring musicale, except it's really the winter musicale. So I've been like a little busy with the musicale, but alas, that's showbiz, as they say. So, anyways,
I feel like it's a good transition to the glee of it all.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's just mention it
I'm
all.
drinking a White Claw, by the way.
Hey, as you should. It's
Um,
5 o'clock
all right,
somewhere.
so before we dive into like what we want to go into, do you see Kurt from Glee? What's his name? Chris. But do you see what he said about
Chris
Leah?
Colfer
Yeah,
said
yeah.
about Leah Michelle. Go ahead, tell the people.
I forget what like random ass talk show he was on, but he was like she was the woman who was interviewing him was like, I have an extra ticket to Funny Girl, like, or it was like, you don't know, you're not gonna believe what I'm doing tonight. And he was like, oh, like he basically was like, you're seeing Funny Girl, and she's like, I have an extra ticket if you want to come with me. And he was like, oh, suddenly my calendar's full. And she like laughed, and she's like, are you gonna see it? And he was like, if I wanted to have trauma, I would just turn on my TV. Like, so like they hate her.
Okay, so I'm looking at the article, and apparently he said I can be triggered at home.
That's it. Yep. And then so then Twitter, they always like make a muck of everything. So they had brought up a tweet that he had posted like his shrine to the queen after she passed away. And someone quote tweeted, whatever Leah Michelle said to him was honestly deserved. Because it was like a full like mantle shrine of the queen. I was dying.
No, I just think that's so funny. And he tried to avoid the shade too. Like I'm reading the transcript of the interview,
Yeah.
and he tried to avoid it. So he said, "Oh, are you seeing Funny Girl?" And then like he laughed and said, "My day just got so full." And then Colfer continued, "I saw Six last night. That was amazing." And the interviewer was like, "Oh, so you're not seeing Funny Girl while you're in town?" And that's when he said, "No, I can be triggered at home."
Said that was wild. Yeah, they hate her, which I'm very now interested to see this 3-part documentary that Discovery Plus is putting out.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, apparently Discovery Plus is putting out a documentary about like
The
the
highs and lows of Glee.
which I'm living
The
for.
highs are high, but the lows are low.
And as Chris Colfer said himself, she may be difficult, but boy can she sing.
Another like tweet when Twitter person like quote tweeted the like Pop Sugar or Pop Crave like announcing the doc, and they were like, us Gleeks have been prepping for this for since the show ended, and I still think it's too early. Like it really is.
It feels like 5 minutes, like it feels like it never ended, but also it feels like a fever dream that like that was even a show. Like I went back, I just have to say, like I went back and tried to watch it not that long ago. Maybe it was during COVID.
I tried during the peak of the pandemic. I really did, and I forgot like how much like singing there was.
Okay, there's
And
so
so, like
much
it couldn't be it wasn't a bedtime show. I like found myself trying to fall asleep and like humming to the song. I was like, I have to shut this off.
No, it's not a bedtime show. And like so much of it just simply does not hold up anymore.
No, dude, are you kidding
Like
me?
so like some of it's like really bad. Like I can't believe they even cast that like poor the kid that played Artie. Like they cast him to be in a wheelchair and he just very much is not in a
Oh
wheelchair.
my, no, literally,
Like he's
literally.
like where's the accountability for that? Anyways, and obviously I know it was a different time, but like that's one thing. And then there was something like just all like some of the quotes that they say like it's just you obviously it does not hold up, could not be said on live television at this point in time. But sometimes I just think about Glee and I'm like, that really was a fever dream. Like, and that's like right when Twitter was like first becoming popular. So like I would go on Twitter to like
2009, 2010. I remember like they premiered the first 2 episodes over the summer before it premiered that fall. I remember like having like the 2 Don't Stop Believin' and whatever another song, the first song they put out of the first episode. And I was like obsessed with this.
yeah. I mean, it sometimes like it does still make me laugh, like to be like, oh, I've heard the Glee version of this,
And the Glee version is sometimes better. And we've talked about this.
Sometimes it is like sometimes you just have to. You have to call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
It's better.
But yeah, we will keep all eyes on the Glee doc. I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
Me too. I think it's going to be really interesting and like honestly because I'm messy and I love mess like by nature. I really hope that like Leah Michelle is painted in a horrible light because that would just make this whole situation so much better.
See,
Sounds like it's
I
hard.
feel like it's not. I feel like if anything, it's gonna be to help. If Ryan Murphy has his fingers in this doc, Leah Michelle's gonna come out with like a redemption spin, I feel. Or at least not redemption, but it's gonna like net it. Like it's gonna like they'll zero each other out because what we're gonna get is all of her talking about everything post Corey Monteith, which she never really talked about. That's gonna like because I would like originally I'd think she probably wouldn't be a part of it, but if they're gonna do the lows, like that's a huge low of like being a Gleek and like it would discredit the doc if she's not there to talk about it.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just makes her look like unreliable. So I think she would. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I don't know. I'm
We'll
definitely
see.
fascinated.
But it better be like big players. I don't want like the extras. I don't want like how they're redoing this High School Musical and the original cast are coming into season 4 as like a whole like meta thing, and it's like not Gabriella, it's not Sharpay, and it's not Zac Efron. Then I don't want it. Like I don't need to see Corbin Blue. I don't need to see Kelsey. I don't need to see the girl who pop locks and jams. Like that's to me that they're not High School Musical.
Right. Like
They're
I want
extra
Artie,
girls.
I want Tina, like I want the
Yeah,
real
like they're
the heavy hitter.
yeah,
But it's sad
exactly.
because like half of them are like dead. So it's like
I know. Or yeah, exactly.
um dead or like not.
Canceled.
Yeah. We're just like a bad.
But yeah, that's what you missed on Glee. We'll keep you posted on everything that way.
So going back to our topic of the moment, the hits keep coming, and my husband and my mom have like this ongoing debate about all of this, but the Giselle and the Tom drama.
Yep.
So
It is getting mess.
it really is. It really is. So I sent this to Mike the other day because I was like, oh my God, you have to see this. I saw it on Comments by Celebs, which is another great, it's a great podcast if you're like interested in celebrity stuff. Like they also talk about celebrities and some of the stuff they talk about is really funny. But not that they're better than us because they're obviously not. But so Jay Shetty posted a meme and it says, "You can't be in a committed relationship with someone who is inconsistent with you. Read that again." And Giselle commented the prayer hands emoji on it. So
so obviously since we last chatted, it's rumored that they've gotten divorce papers. So it's like everything's like beginning, and I've read that Giselle hasn't made like any real comment and is kind of like dilly-dallying the process because she's like making him wants it to be dealt with while he's like in season, like she's trying to fuck with them. And I know Justin's like on mute, but like is Tampa doing well? Like has this divorce, like has all of this like impacted? Yes, see if he texted us but I know I can just Google it too, but
they're 3-2, which isn't like.
So they're not terrible, but like I feel like I don't know. Brady's usually a lot better, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's not impact him, and he looks like shit every fucking day. Like his face is sinking in. He looks god awful. I think like whatever they keep saying, everything I've read is like basically how like Giselle's basically a witch, and that like what we're seeing is like her taking back like all the energy she like put into him, and that's why he's like looking so awful and like he's kind of falling apart on the field. Like she's just taking back what she invested, and I'm like, I could see that.
But I mean, it's true. Like it really is true.
So
my family stands firmly in the camp that like he never should have left Bridget Moynihan.
Like and then there are the people who are like that. They're like die hard for the first one. So I get that.
Was my dead grandmother literally was like obsessed with Bridget Moynihan, and she was like, "I hate that Giesel. I just can't believe that she just
Giesel
like that." I'm like, okay, it's not even like that, but okay.
That's so funny. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be bad. I think like I definitely don't think he'll win the Super Bowl. Like I think like all of this going back and like unretiring is gonna be like not worth it because like you should have just retired and taken that Fox News money.
She's stealing the life right out of him.
Yep,
And you know what? As
it's
she
literally
should.
hocus pocus. It's a hocus pocus.
As she should, because I really do feel like, okay, whatever, like even if he was just like the greatest in the world, whatever, she really did like contribute to his like skyrocketing like
Oh, she
brand.
made like yes, would he have always been a great like
Football player.
football player? But like Tom Brady wasn't going to the Met Gala if he wasn't married to Giselle. Like
Totally.
was not getting those like UGG endorsements or like those more like creating a like underwear brand. Like who you could tell me he wasn't the help or the push behind that to like make him more fashion forward. He looked awful when he first got hired, like got put on the Patriots.
I love those
And then,
the pictures of him when he like first got drafted on like draft day. Like that really cracks me up.
yeah, and he looks younger now than he did. Well, not now, but like 3 seasons before. Like now he looks like I don't know. I think like he would not be the like yes, not saying he's not a great football player, but like the mainstream crossover that Tom Brady has, that like he's such a name everyone knows, like would not you wouldn't have that without her.
I completely agree.
So yeah, good for Giselle taking back what she invested in Tom Brady. Looks like shit. And I don't think he'll win the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I agree
Which
with
I
you.
love. I love that. Like I love that like he's gonna lose. And I love that like people who love him are not gonna be happy. It just like warms my heart.
No, me too. And he's like chasing the high of like winning another Super Bowl and like not to be like a
It's
petty
like go
bet.
home and chase after your kids.
Right.
Go
And
home and
I
do
hope it
that.
doesn't happen for him.
But yeah, we'll keep like we've been on this since the start. The
We've been
rumors,
on the case.
so we'll keep it coming.
We've been on the case. Don't worry about us. All right, next, in a little former emo kid news over here. Wait, something that I've never talked about. Well, let me say the news first, and then I'll tell you something that I've never talked about. So, Blink 182 is reuniting.
Yes, I saw that.
Which is like big for the former emo kids. Which, as a former emo kid, this is like a little known fact about me. I was an emo kid. Like I was very much like had the side bangs, like
The black nails, the
the black
Vans.
nails, like yeah.
But were you like emo, or were you like I listened to the main and all time low?
I listened to the main and all time low. I was a very happy child. Like my parents were very confused. Like
yeah, but like I like the main and all time low are like pop punk. Like
yeah,
it's
I was
just
a big
like
pop punk girl.
me too. I went to
Until
work.
I started listening to like A Day to Remember, and then like my parents
Yeah,
were
but like a select the day to remember because then they got a little too screamy, and I was like, oh, I don't like
yeah, no, I was like into the screamo. I was like,
that.
my
Okay.
parents were like, what is this?
I,
This is like a very little known fact about me. I, at one point in time in my life, had gauges.
big ones or small ones?
They were small, like, but you can still see like my earrings kind of like they sag a little bit because I
Feels so off brand for you.
I know, I know it. Like
I
you would never
know.
even know. Like I have tattoos, you would never even know it because I'm like very
You?
yeah. I have two.
Of what?
Like one is of my mom's handwriting on my foot, and one is of my grandmother's handwriting on my ribs.
Cute.
Like they're small. Like you would never like, but unless you knew that I had them, you wouldn't know. I don't
Yeah,
fit
exactly.
but I say all the time, like I if it fit my persona a little bit better, I would have sleeves. Like I would like totally do it. But it just doesn't match my vibe. Like I don't fit that stereotype.
No, I don't have. I mean, I'm sure this isn't a shock, but I don't have a single tattoo.
Yeah. No, you're
Like
too
I don't even know like what I would want on my body long enough, like forever.
No, I know. That's what I only do. Like mine will only the only ones I will get will be like sentimental. I wouldn't do color on me, like just
Yeah,
like small little.
I wish. I love tattoos. I think like I love the people's stories behind them, but like they're just not.
Yeah. I
Like
will get more.
ever since Kim Kardashian said, put a bumper sticker on a Bentley, like that's just like how I feel. Like I'm like, you're right.
No, you're right. And I saw a TikTok the other day that like, and I can't even say it because it's like crazy to me, but like tramp stamps are coming back. Like,
I see that though. Have
this
you
girl
seen
was
the
like getting
TikToks where it's like they've gone down Spirit Halloween and it's like 2000s kid is a costume now.
No,
And like an accessory pack is like a fake Motorola razor and like the butterfly clips. We're a decade's costume now.
that's humiliating.
And like I remember always being like, I mean, who would even want to dress up in the thousands? Like, what would you dress up as?
Wait, but can I tell you something actually in regards to that? I the other day was at Marshall's and they had like a Juicy Couture sweatsuit, like a real like vintage one. But instead of like the flare leg, they were like joggers. But
Cute though.
no, but
Did you get it?
I bought it.
Oh, I was gonna say you better have bought it.
Of course I did. It's hot pink and it says juicy across the butt. What was I gonna do? Not
Yeah,
buy
but
it.
you're not gonna get it. Even if you don't wear it as like a funny Halloween costume, like that's in style, especially as a jogger. So cute.
My biggest regret in life is getting rid of my I had one juicy jumpsuit, one because I was like, "Mom, I want a juicy jumpsuit." And she was like, "I'm not spending $200 on a fucking velour tracksuit for you."
Yeah, that you're gonna sweat out of.
No, I know. She was like, "I'm not getting you that. Like, you imbecile. Like, what are you thinking?" And I was like, "Mom, please, like, please." And she
I'm
was like,
begging, I'm begging.
I was begging. I was like, hot pink, like it's gonna be, or like light pink was like the moment. I was
Yeah.
like, and she was like, no, and found one like on sale somewhere and got, and no, or no, she had told somebody else to get it for me. My godmother got it for me, and she got me like a teal color, and it was fine. It was beautiful. I loved it, but it was not the moment. Like I wanted like something that I could wear like with my school uniform, and everybody would be
Yeah.
like teal. They'd be like, take that off. That doesn't match your dress code. But if it was black, like you wouldn't notice as much. So I was like hoping for a black one, but alas, but I wish I saved it. But now I have another one. So
You know what else I saw is coming back? The BB tops.
I saw that too. That is great. Like insane.
That's a moment. I remember my
a moment.
sister wearing the BB top, and I was like that was like the moment.
Well, they were trying to bring gauchos back, and I was like, respectfully, don't.
The only person I know who would like still wear a gaucho is my cousin Gabby.
Yeah.
Like,
Like my
them.
sister had these brown gauchos with like this.
They're brown. Like, who's buying not a brown gaucho
Worse.
with like a clog?
Yeah, exactly. And an Old Navy flip flop.
Yeah. Oh my god, gauchos are the worst.
No, the worst. But yeah, so I bought myself a new juicy jumpsuit because I was like, I just feel like I deserve this, so I bought it, and now like maybe I'll be Amy Poehler in Mean Girls for Halloween. I feel like.
Oh my god, you should. That's so cute.
What kind of like were you? What cell phone plan did you have growing up? Like, did you have a razor? Like, what did you have?
So no, I never had a razor,
Me neither.
and I never really wanted.
My sister had one, but she was older than me. Like, it made more sense for her to have one than me.
I wanted a sidekick more than I wanted air in my lungs. I loved it. I needed it, but we didn't have T-Mobile, so like it was never an option. So I had like the Envy Touch, like because we were a Verizon family.
Me too. I was the same. I had Envy Touch, Envy 3. Like, I had it all.
Yeah, I had then like the final Envy. Like I had the Voyager, then I went to the Envies, and then my senior year, maybe summer going into senior year, I had the BlackBerry. So then I had the BlackBerry Bold with the ball till I got my own cell phone plan freshman year of college and went and got an iPhone.
Okay, I have a couple comments to make. So number one is my best friend Kayla, who has been my best friend since kindergarten, had every color juicy jumpsuit, like every single color, and she also had a sidekick, and she was so fucking cool. And I was like, God damn it!
Yeah, that's like my friend Alana. Obviously, yeah. She like I don't even know how because she doesn't give T-Mobiles. Like I'm always convinced she made her parents switch cell phone plans.
No, I think I think that was it. And then Kayla, after Kayla had a sidekick, she got a BlackBerry. Like
yeah, I don't think Alana went BlackBerry. She went like sidekick, and then like regular smartphone, then to iPhone. But mine was like progressional, and then I had the BlackBerry senior year, and I loved the BlackBerry. I loved it.
I can't believe, so you're gonna die when I say this, and hopefully my mom listens to this episode. So I am 27 years old, and I am still on my parents' phone plan.
So would still be on my parents' plan. The problem is so I got the BlackBerry, but like didn't. It was like I bought it off of Craigslist because I had like T-Mobile at the time, so you could just pop in a SIM. So it was like I got the BlackBerry, just upgraded the data plan so I could have it and like paid for that. Then my BlackBerry broke, and so like my replacement phone would have been my old phone, which wasn't a smartphone, and Sprint at the time had just got the iPhone and they were the only ones doing unlimited data. So it was like $100 to get the phone for free and do my own plan. So it's like I can afford that. So like that's how I got my own phone. It's literally because I wanted the iPhone and I knew I couldn't go back to like just having a regular shitty slide up keyboard phone.
Yeah, and like, but the upgrade system used to be so heinous. Like, it was so crazy. And you would like, I would always steal somebody else in my family's upgrade, and they'd be like, "What are stop taking the upgrades?" And I'm like, "Sorry,
Oh,
I need it."
yeah, no, I was because I was going through flip phones like underwear. Like I was always on it. Like I was like so I've always been such a cell phone addict. Like I knew how to text in T9 word. Like I was like that type of texter. Like I didn't do A. It was like I could knew three letters and like how many times I had to hit zero to get the word I
No,
wanted.
I was a T9 word girl. Me too.
I had a friend's older sister teach me it, and like I never went back. Like loved T9 word.
We're really dating ourselves right now. Like, I'm actually like in bed. Like, I can't believe we're this old. Like, it's too
Well,
much.
like I was just saying to my friend Olivia the other day, I was like, it's crazy that like before, like going cell phone shopping was like so fun because it was like you looked up like what different phones they had, like what phone like did I want, and like now it's like everyone just gets a new iPhone. Like it does like it loses a little bit of its like fun of like going to school that day, being like, oh, we're going to get new cell phones tonight. Like I'm so excited. This is the one I think I'm gonna get.
Wait, that is so true. You're so right. Like, that was a moment. Like, you'd be like, getting a new phone tonight. Don't text.
Yeah, like coming back with a new phone. This is the one I'm getting. Like I can't wait.
And then you go there and they don't have the one that you want, and you like have to settle for something.
Oh, you're like furious because your mom's like, I'm not coming back. Like you're
Like, I'm
getting the
not
one.
getting the chocolate in green. I want the chocolate in
Yeah,
orange.
look, I don't want the fucking orange phone. Like, come on.
That
Yeah,
is so.
the moment. Now it's like you just get a new case, new iPhone, like
No, that's me. I just ordered the new iPhone, and I'm like, this isn't even fun anymore. It's like I just get the new phone every year. It's like whatever.
I know, I
But
know.
I said to my mom, like my mom said to me, when you get married, like I'm kicking you off the phone plan. And I was like, okay, like joke's on you because who knows all the passwords? Me. You don't know any of them.
Yeah, I'd love to see
I'm
you
kicking
try
you
it.
off the phone plan, if anything.
Exactly, exactly.
But anyways, yeah, Blink 182, they're having a resurgence and they're doing one of those festivals with like all those bands, like and it's basically
The what
while
you
we
call
were
it,
while we were
the one
younger.
in the one in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Warped Tour.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's like a resurgence of Warped Tour. It's just Warped Tour rebranded.
Literally. But it looks cute. I mean, I've been to a Warped Tour. They're fun. They're another like big thing like this. Like it's like I get overwhelmed, but like they're a blast. I don't think I'd ever go to something like this now, but if this came out, if they did something like this in like 2012, 2011, you would have had me. We would have tried to go.
Totally. Absolutely. Like I would have been like begging to go. I tried to go when I was in high school. I like tried to convince my friends to go to Bonnaroo, and like everybody else was like, "We're 15. We're not going to Bonnaroo." And
Yeah, we're 12 years old. What
so,
the fuck do you think you're doing? My
yeah.
mom won't even let me go to the movie theaters alone.
No, see, that was my best friend Kayla. Like Kayla was like had to do everything like by the book, and like my parents were like so busy dealing with like other things going on in our lives that they were like, "Okay, just like don't die, no worries." So, like sounds good. Um, but that makes my parents sound like bad parents. They were obviously very good parents. Like they were just like had a lot of shit going on.
Oh my
Um,
god, totally, totally.
but anyways, I'm excited about that. Travis Barker, like, good for him.
I know, and the marketing, the little ad was so cute.
It was really cute. They did a very good job with it. So we'll see how they do. Um, and in other music news, the coaches of The Voice got released, and exciting news for those One Direction fans, me. Niall Horan is going to be a judge.
I saw that. Do you watch The Voice?
No, I do not. But for Niall Horan, I actually might.
So
I wish I was. I have a Niall. It's called, well, like when Niall and Harry hang out, it's called Nary, and I have a Nary shirt, and I wish I had it on right now because that would really bring up the
so
vibe.
it actually BT Dubs, I updated my Peacock, so there's no commercials now.
Great, good news.
So
I actually noticed when I was watching Salt Lake City the other day. I was watching it as I was folding clothes, and I was like, "Okay, next commercial, I'm gonna go pee," and there was no commercials, and I was like, "What's happening?"
yeah, I updated it. So what was I gonna say? Oh, so I've been watching the new season of The Voice. Accidentally, it came on like after I watched either like Salt Lake City or one of the Housewives that like go on the next day streaming, and so then I just kind of started watching it again. Camila Cabello is like killing it as a judge, killing it. Like,
wait, what is this on? What show?
it's The Voice.
Oh, okay. And
That's
is she coming back for this next season?
She's on the one that's currently. So it's John Legend, Gwen Stefani, Camila, and Blake Shelton.
So, but Blake Sheldon, when is the next season premiering? Like
They're filming the new season now. They're probably doing blinds because it usually premieres in like January or like February.
wow, that seems so far away from now. I was like getting excited thinking it was like coming up soon, but it's not.
No, because this will wrap in December, and then yeah, I feel like it premieres like February, early March because it ends in May.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Blake's been on it since the start, like has not left once. And I was honestly thinking like right before he moved, like right before he came out that he was leaving, I was like, wow, he's really been on it for fucking ever.
And I was like, he's been on it for way too long.
I was also thinking, thank God Adam Levine's not on this season because what damage control they would have had to do from like a PR standpoint.
See, but the messy in me wishes that he was on this season from
I know.
standpoint.
But yeah. So no Blake.
I mean, they seem to be going strong, which is insane to me. But
yeah, because who's coming back? It's Chance, it's Niall, it's Kelly.
Chance the Rapper?
Yeah, he's the other guest judge.
What?
Yeah, and then I want to say the other one is Nick Jonas back?
Maybe.
Let me look. I want Charlie Puth to be on it.
Me too.
I think he'd be a good coach.
Yeah, but he would like try to fuck everybody that like came on.
Oh, it's Blake Shelton. Yeah, it's Blake's last season. So Blake, Kelly, Chance the Rapper, and Niall. That feels like a good mix.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a better mix because sometimes it's like too much like pop. Like, and not that they're not all popular, but it's too much like of the same genre.
Well, yeah, I like when they have like Pharrell on it. Like I like John Legend because he is like that like pop but like R&B arm. So it's like it's fun, and like obviously Gwen's like the alternative pop rock, and then Camila is our pop girl. But I love that she like took place at Kelly Clarkson because they have like similar energy on the panel. So like it's like same vibe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it'll be good. I'll watch for Niall and Niall alone.
Yeah.
Not that the rest of them don't interest me. I love Niall.
No, I mean that's like when people watched only for Ariana Grande.
Yeah, totally.
Same vibe.
Same vibe. Today, actually, I was listening. I always play music like while my students are working, and today I was playing. Sorry, my dog was barking.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the Ariana Grande version of The Wizard and I from Wicked, and they were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "This is Ariana Grande singing The Wizard and I." And they were like, "Wow, it's good." And I was like, "Yeah, it's amazing." Like might be the best cover of all time, and I don't say that lightly.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, our last topic of the day, which is a little more celebrity memoir news, because we talked about some celebrity memoir stuff the last time we chatted. But Kelly Ripa wrote a book. Is it out or is it coming out? I didn't know.
I think it's coming out. Hold on.
But either way, it's either coming out or it's out. And Kathy Lee Gifford
Yep.
was talking some shit about Kelly. Um, because
It's already out. It came out on 9/27.
oh, okay, and just nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, guess not.
Was it bad?
You know what? Actually, I did see something that came out about it because I think she had sex at Andy Cohen's Hamptons house or something like that. They like she talks about like how she keeps her marriage spicy, and like there was a Andy Cohen, or she interviewed with Andy on his radio show. Like that's how it like made it in my.
I think you're right. Now that you say that, that actually sounds familiar to me. But I feel like everything that I've ever learned about Kelly Ripa, number one, I've learned against my will. Number two, like, is a giant puff piece. Like, give me something like substantial.
Well, I think that's the whole thing. It's like her kids are great, her marriage is great. She's on like I would say like her only real drama has probably been like
That shit with Michael Strahan.
yeah, like and like even that's like people like love her. Like I honestly like put her in the same bubble as like Reese Witherspoon. Like America just like loves her, and
Yeah.
so like I don't think like I
No,
think
I
even
love her. She
yeah.
dyed her hair pink one time, and I then went and dyed my hair pink because I was
No,
like,
I love Kelly Ripa too. I think like she's great. I mean, I think like again too, like the Lisa Rinna people, like the soap stars, they do like when they can make it out of that, like it is they do have like a good network because they already are bringing like that mom following with them.
yeah, and they have that like kind of like almost like a resurgence. But I used to when I'm homesick, like some people are GMA people, some people are like I'm a live with Regis and Kelly girl like
Yeah.
forever.
No, I loved Regis and Kelly. I think like that was like part of the reason to be homesick. I remember like I have a teacher in like seventh grade was like when anyone's out sick, she's like, they're home watching Regis and Kelly. They're not sick. They just wanted to watch this week's episode. Like it's so true though.
No, I was always like hoping I would win the trivia or whatever.
Or be like the phone call.
Yeah. Like and they would be like on yesterday's show. So like I'd be like, "Oh, like I watched yesterday. I was sick yesterday too. I saw it. I could have answered that one."
Right.
Um
Did you Kelly Ripa? There was another thing. It's like Kelly Ripa adjacent that I wanted. Oh, Jessica Simpson memoir being a TV show.
so yeah, I was going to make that another one of our stories, but I didn't want you to be like, "Abby, cut it out with the books." But that memoir was like that was one of the most like tea-filled memoirs of all time, which I need to pause for 1 second and take a bet and step back. I am finally listening to I'm Glad My Mom Died. It's all right.
See, okay,
It's like it's just kind of traumatic. Like it's giving trauma, obviously. I mean, that's like the
yeah,
whole point of the book. But like I was like, and I know this is bad, but I thought there would be more people were talking about it like there was more tea, less trauma.
right.
Right. And maybe I just haven't gotten to the tea yet, but
No, I don't think even I like still tried to push through, and I'm like I think like three, four, like I have like a quarter left, and
yeah,
I'm still like, okay,
right. Like now
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I Jessica Simpson, one of my favorite celebrity memoirs. I love that one. That was
No,
like
I know.
that height of the pandemic that I read that.
you and Mac instantly because Mackenzie says she loves that one too.
And it's just like juicy. Like it really like that one like paints her in such a good light, paints everybody else in such a bad light. Like and
Yeah,
like
like
to the
the
point
John
where you
Mayer
really believe.
stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's why like the big thing too is they're like can't believe John Stamos is gonna be on it because he's like friends with John Mayer.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah,
like
no,
if they
I
really are gonna like use her memoir as like a framework for like a new series, like how are they gonna do that?
right. And like what's the like which how are they gonna portray that? I don't know. Um, but another celebrity memoir that's worth mentioning to me that like I haven't thought about these people the same since is, and you're gonna be like, Abby, what the fuck? Like, but is Demi Moore. Demi Moore's memoir. I'm not fucking with you, Mike. Changed my life.
Really? I like Demi Moore.
I have not been the same since I read that book. It was so, and I like literally said to everybody after when we read it for the book club, I was like, I could not have really given a fuck less about Demi Moore like before this, but like now I'm president of her fan club. Like
Yeah.
I love her. She only had nice things to say about Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Um,
I love that they're like still ride or dies for one another.
The
Like,
only red flag to me was she didn't talk to her kids for a while. And she didn't really dive too much into that. She just placed like a lot of the blame about it on Ashton Kutcher, which, by the way, like Ashton Kutcher is a fucking scram. I'll never look at him the same.
yeah, I need to listen to our book because we both know I won't read it.
No, but listen to it as a audiobook because it like listens like a podcast and it's like really good. And I'm not kidding you. I don't look at Ashton Kutcher the same. I haven't been able to since I read it. I think he's the biggest of all time.
Ashton Kutcher doesn't really do anything. So,
me neither, but he's another one that like was America's sweetheart. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually off on you.
I know.
I'm out on him.
They kind of skeeve me out because I know they don't really shower.
Yeah, and like that's weird to me.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, so that's our stories for the day.
Yeah, this will be a quickie just to give you guys because we know we've been slacking. Next week we'll do a full Bravo deep dive. We'll talk Real Housewives reunion. There's so much I want to say, but like they really gave us nothing. I think we'll have more to talk about after episode 2. Yeah. We'll have more to talk about Salt Lake. We'll cram in the first 4 episodes on the list. Like I know you guys want more like recap-y type stuff, so we'll give it to you.
Yeah, my mom commented in like the comment box like that episode, the Real Housewives Part 1 was a snooze fest. Yeah, and I have not watched yet, but
yeah. So there's some things I want to talk about. I think I mean, we're not going to get the Kathy Renner showdown until part 3, but like, I think we're getting more into Aspen. So I think part 2 will be a little better.
Yeah, I think so too.
And Salt Lake, yeah, we're moving and grooving there. I think it's crazy that like Jen Shaw through all of this still remains like most likable of the cast.
I can't even believe it.
And like the whole time I keep watching, I keep thinking like, what the fuck are we gonna do without her?
No.
And her sentencing just got pushed back till December.
Oh my God.
Or end of November. It was supposed to be like coming up.
Wow.
And now it's got pushed back again. So
she's going to jail though, like that's for
yeah,
sure.
She's going to jail for like a minimum 11 years.
Yeah.
I think she'll get out in like 3.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
And before we leave, Anna Delvey out and about, just locked up in her house with an ankle monitor and no social media.
Yeah, did you see the pictures of like the guy? She was like doing a photo shoot and the person was like standing out on her fire escape and she was like,
iconic.
Literally iconic. I was like, wow, that's crazy. If you haven't watched Inventing Anna, like stop the podcast right now, go watch it. It's so
watch that and then go read the cut article that went viral and broke the whole story because that had a chokehold on me summer 2018.
So true.
Well, have a great week.
You too. I can't wait to hear all about the trip.
I know. Next week will be a long one.
It will. All right. We'll see you, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, etc., etc. We love you all.
Bye.